Hello, my dear children. I hope you are doing well. So, your teacher, Miss Rachna Chakravarti, is again back with the explanation of another chapter from the book First Flight. So, I welcome you to my channel Easy English Education. I hope English education will be very easy through my channel. So, please like, share, subscribe, and comment to promote your teacher, Miss Rachna Chakravarti. So, today I have chosen the most difficult chapter as children consider. The second chapter from the book First Flight, Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. So, this chapter is an extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. The autobiography's name is A Long Walk to Freedom. So, first I will ask you to look at two pictures. You will understand why am I asking you to do so. After this picture, look at the another one. Both are human beings. But what do you notice? The difference, the color. Yes. Firstly, we will have the definition of apartheid, a system of legal racial segregation enforced by the National Party government in South Africa between 1948 and 1994, under which the rights of the majority black inhabitants of South Africa were curtailed and majority rule by whites was maintained. Means it was just like whites were ruling over blacks. White English and Africans were encouraged to grow, and black English and vernacular performance were oppressed and censored and banned totally. Children, I will ask you to remember this date. That is 10th May 1994. It was a red letter day for South African people because on this day a black president was elected and he was chosen. He took oath in front of more than 1 lakh people. The inauguration ceremony took place in the Union Building Amphitheatre in Pretoria, and more than 140 country people, they all gathered there. Definitely it was a big day. That's why I have called it a red letter day. In this beautiful building made of sandstone, more than 1 lakh people of over 140 countries gathered. They were of different race, different color, different caste, different creed, religion, and they all collected. It was really a big victory. Nelson Mandela, in his presidential oath-taking ceremony, was escorted by his daughter Jinani. You can see in this picture, Jinani is standing next to him. At first, Mr. de Klerk, the second deputy president, took the oath. Then the next, Thabo Mbeki, he was the first deputy president. He took the oath. Then finally Nelson Mandela, he came to take the oath for the presidential chair. It was really a big day. Nelson Mandela delivered his speech on liberty, justice and peace. There was loss of human dignity. People were suffering a lot. They were poverty stricken. They were living a deprived life. So that day it was a total freedom. On this occasion, two national anthems were sung. Die Stem, the black one's national anthem, and Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika was sung by the whites. They both were sung on that day, 10th May 1994. On this day, beautiful South African Jet Airways presented a wonderful formation in the sky, just over the Union Building. It was a pinpoint precision of military force. Finally, the Impala jet left a smoke trail of black, red, green, blue and gold of the new South African flag. It was really mesmerizing. Everyone was very happy. In his speech, he actually thanked so many people, those who had contributed in the freedom. Moreover, he thought of the liberation, the freedom, the peace that they had again got back. He actually remembered those people, those martyrs, Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, Chief Luthuli, Yusuf Dadoo, Bram Fisher, Robert Sobukwe. These people, they had given up their lives and he could not do that much. He remembered all these things. At first, as a student, he wanted only freedom for himself, that he could stay out at night, read whatever he pleased, and go wherever he chose to go. But that thing was completely changed when he saw his people suffering. That young man, the frightened young man, changed into a bold one, and a loving husband. He had to leave the home, and he actually lived a life of a monk. Children, in this chapter, the most important part that I am going to tell you now, that Nelson Mandela talked about twin obligations. Twin obligations means two obligations, two duties. That one for his family, his parents, to his wife and children. And another obligation means another duty to his people, to his countrymen, to community, to his country, in a civil and human society. Each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to own inclination and abilities. As a child, he was feeling himself completely free. He had no problem. But once he saw the people of his community suffering, when he saw that dark people were suffering, he realized that he was unable to fulfill the duties towards his family and to his community. So finally, he took the action and he started protesting against this injustice. Then in the year 1961, he left peaceful protest and became head of ANC's new military wing. ANC means African National Congress. He finally started protesting violently. Then he was sentenced to life imprisonment in the year 1964. He lived in the prison for 27 years. And on February 11, 1990, he was released and he became the head of ANC, African National Congress. People started protesting against apartheid, so they all supported Nelson Mandela. Finally, people supported him and he was made the president in the year 1994. There are some important quotes that courage is not absence of fear. Actually, it's the victory over the fear. Then, no one is actually born to hate anyone just because of his color and skin. Because if people can learn to hate, they can be even taught to love. Because love comes more naturally. More beautiful quote is that man's goodness is just like a flame. It's hidden but never extinguished. Means after some time with love you can win any human being. Then another one is that I'm not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom, just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. So oppressor and oppressed both are actually not free. So finally, with so much struggle and unanimous efforts, he finally won the victory over apartheid. Children, you can see one person can change the nation. So this was really a big day. 10th May 1994. A person created history. He was Nelson Mandela. Really salute to such a nice and great person. Really, children, I hope you have understood the chapter. Still, I will ask you to go through the chapter entirely, read the text, and there is any query or doubt, you can ask me and write in the comment box. I will be back with some more explanation of different chapters. Thank you. Thanks for patient listening.